Yeah. Okay, guys. So I just wanted to come to y'all with a little update. I've received so many comments about this situation, and I thank you guys for your input and your insight and your prayers and all of that good stuff. But I did want to just further explain what the issue is, because I guess the video could have been a little bit confusing as to what the actual issue is. I know I said that the septic tank needed to be replaced, but it's actually the piping that needs to be replaced. All of that piping that actually runs from the tank, that piping system, is what needs to be replaced. The main line is actually what's bowed. It's bowed like a banana, and it's also, the tip of it is also crushed. So my take is the fact that I know, as the owner of this home, nothing has been back there, no heavy machinery or anything like that, unless it was back there during the construction time after they laid the system in and covered it up. That could be the time it was back there, but as long as I've been living here, nothing has been back there that could have caused pressure to push down and crush my septic system lines. But those system, the piping is bowed and the tip of it is crushed. So I'm thinking over time, with the leaking and everything and the saturation, the ground, everything settling, that weight pushed down and has completely damaged the line. And if you were listening to the guy that came out, he was saying that the lines, the piping lines weren't even installed securely. They weren't packed in securely to avoid anything like this from happening, because that's the only way this could have possibly happened, is that the piping wasn't even securely installed in the ground to avoid this, or packed in. So that is what the issue is. There's nothing wrong with my tank. It's just the piping lines. And they dug in that specific area. And he asked me while he was here, he was like, "Do you want me to dig further throughout the yard?" Because he was like, "I'm concerned that the more I dig, the more I'm going to find." Could he have repaired and patched up that area with a bypass? I think the initial contractor that installed it was like, "Just put a bypass on it and blah, 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 blah." Yeah, that's gonna cost me 3 to 5K, possibly. But the thing is, that's the main line. I feel like that's a band-aid. I don't like band-aid and stuff, and then a year or so down the line, there's a possible another issue. Or if we decide to sell this house, then I know I done band-aided this shit in the backyard, and it's gonna be an issue for the next homeowner. I'm just not like that. So if I'm gonna get it fixed, I want to know that it's fixed right, and I want to know that it's actually done correctly. Like, I'm not just gonna band-aid some stuff in my house. I paid way too much for this house for anything to be band-aided. So we're not gonna do that. So yeah, as I was saying, he was like, he was thinking that if he dig more, if he keeps digging, that he was gonna find more issues to come under the ground. Because if this wasn't packed in right, then more than likely the entire system isn't packed in right. So it needs to be redone. I did not have him dig up my whole yard, because I didn't want my whole yard to look like a construction zone. I don't know if I should have, or what at this point, but I didn't want a muddy mess back there for a couple of days and trying to figure out what the hell to do, because that's tearing up the sod and everything. I guess I would rather just have that done when I fix the issue. I am gonna get a second opinion. I just called another company today to get an estimate on how much they charge to come out to do a diagnostic, because everybody wants to see the issue for themselves. They don't want to go by what the previous plumber or septic folks said. They want to look at it themselves. So The next company, I got to pay them to come out and re-dig because we didn't leave it open due to, I didn't want that hole to fill up with rainwater and it just be more of a mess in the backyard. So with that being said, yeah, I'm gonna have to pay for somebody else to come out here for their diagnostic as well. Everybody gonna come out here but the person that initially installed it, because as you know, they refuse to come out and look at it, which is absolutely ridiculous to me. But that's neither here nor there. We're gonna take care of that anyway. No, it's not covered by my homeowner's insurance. I called my homeowner's insurance, which is through USAA, and they do not cover this issue because it's not affecting the structure of my home. If it was affecting the actual inside of the home or the structure, they would step in. But because it's outside of the home and the actual structure is not being damaged or anything, they ain't gonna touch it. So that answers that question. Does your septic have a warranty? That I don't know. I'll be contacting the contractor that installed that. Based on these guys' description, looks like a lazy job was done for sure. Well, yeah, it was a lazy job, and we did contact the contractor, so he ain't even gonna come out here. So there's no point in me even calling him back. He'll just have to hear from an attorney, our attorney. So I'm not calling him no more. Y'all heard him. Somebody commented on another video. Did Lisa get her bike? No. Lisa did not get her motorcycle, y'all. Lisa lives in an apartment and she has a few things that she wants to get together before she buys a motorcycle. So she wants to have a place where she can actually store it safely in a garage. Until then, she's not going to get a bike, okay? It's not in the near future at all. When she gonna get it, I don't know, but it ain't no time soon. Let me see what else. Before your next bike, save an emergency fund for 1/2 year or your salary for emergency expenses. We have an emergency fund. It just don't have 21K in it. It just don't have that much money in it. So yes, we do. We believe in emergency funds and things like that, but it just doesn't have that much money in it. Can we get the money? Yes, we can. But my issue is the mere fact that I don't feel like I should be responsible for this because this is a bad install. So, I mean, I understand that I'm going to have to probably pay for it up front, but I shouldn't be dealing with this living in a new construction home after 4 years and knowing ain't nobody been back there with no heavy machinery riding through my backyard. So that's the issue that I have with it. And as far as when it comes to like loans and stuff like that, that's an extra monthly expense, y'all, that I don't want to pay. Like, and if I have to pay it, that's that. I just have to pay it. But I got to trim the fat. Hell, I ain't rich. Y'all know I'm a police officer. We don't make that much money. So I'm going to have to get rid of something in order to take care of something else. Somebody was like, get another side hustle. Y'all don't know. I'm the side hustle queen. We have side jobs at work. I probably only come home to sleep and I don't have an off day. I don't have an off day. I work every single day of the week. I might get 2 days off in a month. I don't have time for another side hustle on top of the ones I already have. But thank you for your suggestion. So as far as that's concerned, if I have to go ahead and take out another loan or whatever, in order to make those payments, I'm going to have to get rid of the bikes because the bikes are a luxury. I can always get another motorcycle in the future. But right now, my priorities is getting my home in order. Not riding a freaking Harley Davidson motorcycle. Like, it's a motorcycle. All right, so let's see. Also, make sure to gather up documents and save any and all recordings, photos, videos related to the matter. If you need to be If you need to contact local media and get exposure, because sometimes companies get strong encouragement to do the right thing when they are put in the public eye. Yes, that's also something I'm going to be looking into as far as the media, social media, and things like that. But I want to hire an attorney first because I actually want to do this the right way. So that is definitely a resource that I'm looking into using. So hubby actually just bought me the company's review on the Better Business Bureau page. He's not accredited. Well, his company, Southside Septic, is not accredited by the Better Business Bureau at this time, and so far he only has one review and 1 star. This review that was left from this customer was back in 2021. It was actually July 7th of 2021. And it's very similar to what we're going through here in my home and the bad install. So let me just read it to y'all so y'all can get an idea of the type of person, type of company I'm dealing with. So it reads, my wife and I bought our home about 4 years ago in June, and in November we were having septic issues from the initial installment. The owner, blank, came out and basically had to redo everything because the pipes were not laid correctly for our system to properly flow. This resulted in our septic pump going bad because of the water build. Now, 3 years later, as a result of them not installing the risers, the green things that allow access in and out of the tank correctly, and infer locking them as they are supposed to, the ground shifted them and created a hole next to my system. And now when it rains, water and grass gets into my system. This makes the septic pump work twice as hard because it is not designed to filter grass, water only, and burns out before 5 to 10 year life expectancy. So I called him and expressed the issue. He lied to me and told me a technician came out to our house. Little did he know I have a camera in my backyard, and we took our time to review it, and there was no one in my backyard but family. Then I called him and he said the technician said it looked like a lawnmower hit it. This guy is a liar. He is the owner. Now I have to get a quote from another company to fix this error of installment. I have pictures I can upload to better explain. He told me that my line guy could have done it and that the technician said it looked like, and I said I have pictures. And if the line guy did, oh gosh, and if the line guy had did it, there would be rubber black marks on the risers and would be very noticeable. And he said it's not my fault to go see somebody else about my problem and that he felt offended. This guy blank is a blank liar and a terrible installer. All I want is for him to man up and fix his error of initial installment. This was no way an error on my behalf. I have proof. If you look at his Google reviews, they're not good. His work is subpar and his professionalism is the same or worse. Please, I need help before paying thousands to fix this error. I am only giving him 1 star because I cannot give him 0. Thank you. Southside Septic response, July 7th, 2021. It is quite pathetic and immature to expect a contractor to be responsible for a 5-year-old system. I'm guessing if your roof started leaking, you would be on a hunt for the original roofer. Call me a crook all you want. Some people are just too cheap and ignorant to acknowledge that homes age and have problems. By the way, we no longer use Better Business Bureau, so I could honestly care less. Really? Customer response, July 8th, 2021. It disturbs me that out of the entire complaint, all you got out of it was that you were being called a crook, not a liar. The fact that you were not truthful on saying that you sent someone out proves my point. We watched the entire footage of the video. There was absolutely no one that showed to address my issue. My integrity is everything, and if there was fault with the installation, then it should be your duty as a company to resolve the situation, with it being your company's fault. Because A, wasn't done properly, it has now caused problem. B, just as cars have recalls on them no matter how old they are, the company realizes something is faulty and they fix it. Your installation is faulty. If the roof installer did not put shingles on the roof properly, causing a hole in my roof, then yes, he should be held accountable. And I agree 1000%. If you didn't install it properly from the start, you should be held accountable. Simple as that. Stand behind your work. Don't come out here doing people wrong. People are spending their hard-earned money buying homes, getting inspection, going through all of this, and your ass out here doing faulty installs and then want to get nasty because somebody calling you out on your work because you don't want to be held responsible. That's some BS. And the fact that you was unprofessional in your response as a business owner, that's crazy to me. Fucking crazy. But yeah, so that's what it is. I just wanted to come on here and explain exactly what was going on with that system. I am going to get a second opinion. I'm not just going to go with the first company, their estimate. I want to get probably a second and third opinion. I am going to contact my realtor because she's actually one of my friends, so I can just call her and ask her questions and get advice from her. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. As of right now, my builder ain't even called me back. In the previous video, you heard him saying that he was gonna call my husband back. It's been 24 hours. He ain't called us back, but that's not surprising to me because when we were under warranty, getting him to come out here and fix little odds and ends like the gutters and things like that was like pulling teeth. So yeah, that's where we are with it. As far as home ownership, I don't know if I want to sell this house at this point because I'm just completely turned off. And I'm thinking that that's another option too, is to sell. Landshark and I have been talking about possibly downsizing anyway because we only have one child in the house at this moment. And this is just way, 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 way too much house for us. Too much house for us to clean, too much yard work, all of the nine. So we are considering downsizing as well, maybe getting a townhouse or something. But as far as like home ownership, this is my second house. No, our second house that we've owned. And by far, this was the only one that we bought brand new, and it's been issue after issue after issue. This right here is the most expensive issue, but it's not the first issue that we've dealt with in the 4 years that we've been here. So we did have an inspection, of course, when we purchased the home, but I guess they can only go by the plans that come from the city when it comes to the septic. They're not gonna dig it up and make sure everything is bedded right. So we wouldn't have had a clue. And as far as this surfacing sooner than later, it could have, I don't know, like, because my builder, he also said you would think this would have manifested sooner than what it did. But if it takes time for the property and everything, the foundation to settle, then this damage could have slowly happened over time. And we didn't notice it until that sewage started coming up to the surface. And that was like 2 weeks ago when Landshark first noticed it. So, I don't know. All I know is we ain't do that shit. And that system was put in incorrectly. It wasn't seated in there incorrectly or secure. The piping wasn't secure. They didn't pack it down or whatever the case may be. They did something wrong. Okay, and they need to be responsible for it. We might have to take care of it on the front end, of course, but on the back end, they're responsible for this. And that's another thing. Hire an attorney. Attorney fees are going to come out. I mean, we have to pay attorney fees too. So if it's not one thing, it's the next. That's why we have to just trim some of the unnecessary things, unnecessary expenses out of our lives. And that's the bikes, because that's unnecessary. That's fun. That's just something we enjoy doing. So y'all don't worry about it. We'll probably get some bikes in the near future. Like, you know, it's gonna be okay. Just keep watching my channel, liking and commenting on my content, y'all. My last video, y'all left me so many comments. I felt so loved, and I appreciate that, because y'all actually care. Y'all reached out to me like, hey, well wishes, prayers, you're gonna get through this. Y'all gave me y'all suggestions. That's what keeps me going. That's what I'm thankful for. Each and every one of you watching my content, sharing my content, and just appreciate in the realness. Because, I mean, a lot of people do have pages and everything's perfect. Everything is everything. Everything's in order, even the background. Y'all gonna see me with my head looking a mess. Y'all might see a dirty house in the background. Well, not dirty, but an untidy or unkept space in my background. I mean, life issues, you know. What I choose to share is what I choose to share, and I try to keep it as real as possible. Life is life, and it's lifing right now. So, yeah, you're going to get everything on this channel. Like I keep saying, the good, the bad, and the ugly. When I'm going through something, I choose to share with y'all. We're going to go through it together, okay? So, I just want you guys to know that I appreciate each and every one of you. Responding to all y'all comments is like overwhelming right now, because I got so much stuff going on with contacting all these other people to resolve this issue. So if I don't respond in a timely manner, please don't get frustrated like I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. I'm just dealing with a lot right now. But thank you guys so much. I'll talk to y'all later.